everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be stopping by for the very first time and you're wondering who is this girl with her eye makeup half done, my name is Donella, and this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. The title of this video that this is an experiment type of video. Well, I actually would like to categorize it as an experiment type because there are things that I've added, things that I've taken out, and it's something that I've been doing like when the months get extremely hot, like when we are in the dead set extremely hot months, because we live down in the Caribbean. Well, I live down in the Caribbean, and we ain't got no, we just have hot months and hotter months. We do have a bit of like coolness summer between, let's say, from September to early January, maybe February, where it's not as hot. Hit like April, go all the way down to August, girl, it is, you could fry an egg outside. You could fry an egg outside. Anyway, let me not just ramble on forever. If you are interested in seeing what the outcome is at the end of this video, then please stay tuned. Okay, so I started filming off camera. I was going to just create a quick eye look and then go more in depth in how I apply my complexion products. But I think I can do my eye look on camera. I have no idea what I'm creating as per usual. I'm just going to just look at colors and see what I want to add to my eyes. So I started off by using this very deep purpley color from my Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palette. It's this deep purple right here. This is, I think this one is the, yeah, Venomous Void. Venomous Void is this very deep purple right here. And I started off by using that. I do believe I might have to go in and apply some more so that it looks a little bit more rich. But for now, I am just going to go in and just create a look. If I'm not talking during this part of the video, that's okay. I'm just going with the flow. I don't have anything in mind. I'm just going with the flow, honestly. I'm just going with the flow. I just want to create something real quick so we can go into the nooks and crannies of this video, which is getting your complexion products to hold up during these extremely hot months. To finishing the eye look, right? This is basically for my girls who have oily skin. Girls, if you have oily skin, get yourself this baby right here. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and it has a bit of tackiness to it. When it dries down, you already know it's going to hold on to the concealer. You already know it's definitely going to hold on to your foundation, which gives you more longevity, which means that your makeup is going to look better at the end of your 8-hour shift if you happen to be working a regular job like I do. So this is definitely a top recommendation during these hot months. I'm telling you, if you have oily skin especially, or even if you don't have oily skin, well, I recommend for my oily skin girls, just because from my own experience as an oily skin girl, this primer holds up really well. It holds up my foundation really well during these hot months. And this is probably it. I'm just checking to make sure. Okay, so this one is done. Time to throw that out, and it's time to get the new one out. And I just want to apply this while I finish the eye makeup look because I want it to dry down really tacky and nice. So let me just, yeah, that's about, what's that like? Was that 2 pumps? I think 2 pumps is good. Okay, so I'm just going in with this color called Green Valley from my Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. I just decided to just add that. Since I'm wearing that deep purple shade right there, which I got from my Pat McGrath Mega Mothership Celestial something. I need Pat McGrath to give us some shorter names. Honestly, like, why do we need such an 8 words to describe a palette? 8 words. Like, why do we need 8 words? Or is it 10, 20 words? Anyway, so I'm just going to go in with that color is called Venomous Void. I think it's called Venomous Void. Yeah, I just checked it a while ago. Venomous Void. It's this deep purple. It's this deep purple shade right here. It's called Venomous Void. I do believe I want to apply this of black in there, not too much. As a matter of fact, I do believe I want to add the black first, and then use Venomous Void to just kind of blend it out in the crease area. So I'm going to take Chad, which is this black color from the Juvia's Place Sahara Mini Palette. Chad right there. Smoke her out just a little bit. in front of me I have 4 different foundations that I'm trying to decide on for this look, and I know you're going to be tearing out your eyes wondering, like, why does she have 4 different foundations? Like, what is she about to do? And you're gonna see just in a minute. Let me just show you the different foundations that I have. This one is the Bare Minerals Base Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. I'm not certain as to what type of finish this foundation has. I wore it once and I just couldn't remember if it was like a semi-matte or it was a dewy finish. It was somewhere between there. I don't think it was a full-on matte finish foundation. So I have that. I have the Uma Beauty by Sharon C. This is the Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation. This dries down to a matte finish. This one is the shade, actually I didn't tell you the shade on this one. This one is the shade Cinnamon, which has a very yellow undertone. This one is the shade Brown Sugar T3. I think I have T3 and T4, but for this look I'm going to be using T3. And of course, one of my faves during the hot months is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Foundation. I would have done a review on this, guys. This dries down to matte. What it does is that when you start to sweat, it literally absorbs the sweat and your skin just starts drying down the foundation back into a matte finish. And then last is the YSL All Hours foundation. This is a flawless matte full coverage oil-free foundation. So basically all of them dry down to a matte finish with the exception of this one from Bare Minerals. Okay, so I'm going to start off. I have my plate here. Let me just clean it off with a makeup wipe. Make sure she's nice and clean. I have my makeup plate here, and I'm just going to add some of the Bare Minerals foundation on there. It has a super yellow undertone, so this is it right here. I'm just going to add that to my plate, and I'm just going to apply my makeup just like I normally do. I'm going to go in first with the Flawless IRL, which is this one here from Uma Beauty, and then I normally just add it to my face just like that, allow it to run down like that. Now the Uma Beauty does have a bit more of a neutral undertone, even though on this side it says that this is for warm / golden undertone girls. Like, I feel like, and I'm sure you can see it on camera, I feel like this has a bit more of a neutral undertone for me, for my skin. So what I normally do is just go in and then I start spreading it all over my face, and then I realize that, you know, I feel like I just look way too neutral. Just make sure I spread it all over. Make sure I spread it all over my face. I feel like I look way too neutral, and I normally just go in and make sure that everything is nice and super blended. And yeah, then I go in with my Real Technique brush, which is this one. I can't remember the name of this brush, but I've used this brush in many of my tutorials on this channel. But I'll have to look it up in case anybody wants to use it. Maybe they've seen it before and they're interested in using it. I'm going to drop the name of it down in the description box. So once I've done this and I realize that I look way too neutral, I like to go in with something that has a little bit more warmth, which of course would be the Bare Minerals foundation. So I go in with my same applicator thing, and I just go in with not too much of this, which is why you see me apply just a little bit of that. Not too much, girl, not too much. I say not too much and I feel like this is too much and all. So I go in and I start tapping it over. It's because I feel like, you know, I need a little bit more warmth than this. I need a little bit more warmth than this, so I start applying it over the Uma Beauty, because I feel like I want a little bit more warmth on my face. And I'm seeing it now that I have this hand mirror that I'm starting to not look so super neutral. This next step is completely optional. This next step shouldn't be anything surprising. I'm sure you guys have seen this. So many makeup artists on YouTube do this, where you actually apply a setting spray to your foundation just to get everything to just hold in. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using my Moran barrier setting spray, which is this actually helps with sweat. I know the other persons who prefer the Ben Nye Final Seal. The Ben Nye Final Seal actually helps with transfer, but in terms of sweat, it's actually a really good setting spray as well. I actually need to get myself back a bottle. I haven't had one in some time. I need to get back one. But this one, I like to use this during these extremely hot months because this one is a barrier spray, which also helps with sweat, perspiration, whatever you want to call it. If you're oily skin girl like me, I love to incorporate this into my makeup routine during these extremely hot months. So I've applied, I think I have, yeah, I think I already feel like it's drying down. Let me just apply one with the Shiseido. I decided to use the Shiseido instead of the YSL. The YSL is a foundation that I don't think I want to use for this tutorial, so I'm going to go in with this one from Shiseido, and I'm actually going to apply the Shiseido directly on that same brush that I just sprayed the barrier setting spray on. I'm going to use my hand for this and not my my plate, just because I feel like my hand does a better job in terms of pressing everything together. And then thereafter, I'm just going to go in and hit the areas that I know have the problems, and hit the areas that I know I sweat the most. I can actually feel my face actually getting a bit more tighter because that Maron setting spray actually does. It feels like, I don't know what Botox is. I've never had anything done to myself, but I'm pretty sure after looking at pictures and seeing persons in real life that's had Botox, I'm pretty sure this is how it feels. Your face just feels tight, and I love that tightness. This is what I'm looking for. I want that tightness because I want my sweat to be under control, and I'm trying as much as possible not to put too many products underneath here, because again, I do have to go in with my concealers afterward, concealer or concealers, depending on the overall finish of the concealer that I choose. I do believe in this instance I want to go in with something that has a lot of warmth, so I'm thinking of going in with either my Fenty or my NARS concealer, but my mind is leaning more on the Too Faced, the chestnuts. I think I want to go in with chestnut and possibly Fenty over it. So I'm going to go in with chestnut first and apply a bit of chestnut right here. I'm not going to apply it directly underneath my eye. I'm going to apply chestnut here, 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 and then we're going to put chestnut down, and I'm going to go in with spice rum and apply spice rum around this. Oh, I feel like the spice rum is about to finish. Baby girl, you can't finish before the other one arrives, so let me just add a little bit right there, and I'm going to allow the chestnut to dry down while I blend out spice rum. So I've started blending out chestnut after giving it like a minute to dry down, and then I don't want to go too far underneath there because I am going to apply a second concealer, which is the Fenty. That one has a little bit more warmth, which is what I want right underneath there. I want my under eyes to look bright, nice and bright. So let me just go in and just continue blending out the chestnut, and then blending out the chestnut, and right there, before I do any more blending out, I'm just going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro, what is it called? Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. This one is the shade 430. I've used this in so many videos. Like, I love this concealer. If it's one concealer I'm going to continue buying. I do have a top three. This one, those two from Too Faced. Let's just put Too Faced as one, just this one company. So Fenty, the one from Fenty, the one from Too Faced, and definitely that MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Those are my top three concealers. I love those, baby. I love them. I love them. Okay, so I am just going to go in right away and start blending this out. I don't need to give it any time to set, do I? Because this one, I think it caught me off guard at one point where it has that bit of like flexiness to it, but if you don't pay attention, if you're not careful, it could dry down on you and you're gonna have some problems. Okay, so we are now on getting our powders in, and anybody who's been watching me for some time now, you guys know that I set my face with at least 2 to 3 powders. So I know in some instances some persons like to go in with like a pressed powder just to make sure that everything is set in place. That's completely fine. If you want, if that is part of your routine in terms of getting your makeup to hold up, go right ahead. I actually haven't done that in a while, but I probably will in a next tutorial, but for now I'm just going to focus on setting it with loose powder. So I'm going to go in with both of my Fenty powders. This one is the banana, sorry, this one is the honey, which is the more yellow one. This one is the banana, sorry girl, get it right. This one is the honey, which is the more yellow base one, and this one that has a little bit more of soft yellow, this one is banana. So I'm going to go in first with honey. And no, I know some persons aren't really a big fan of the Fenty powders, and let me not say not a big fan, it's just that they don't find that the Fenty powder holds up they don't find that the Fenty powder holds up for their skin type. Some persons that have oily skin, they actually say that, and that's completely fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, look at that, look at how this Fenty powder just suck up all of that oil. Look at that, just look at that. As I was saying, I don't have a problem, because I see there like plenty of videos on Instagram right now where persons are saying that, you know, they prefer, I don't know, Huda Beauty, the Huda Beauty powder, or Beauty Bakery, or the Sasha, or the NARS, or the MAC, or whichever one. It doesn't really matter to me. For me, I just feel like whichever one of these powders work for you, just get it in. Like, just get that baby on. Just get that baby on. Let's not use the word baby. Let's use the word powder. Yeah, got me out here sounding like Vanessa Lachey. Oh, okay. We just had to edit out that piece because I don't want to sound like Vanessa Lachey. Okay, she was dragged for like 2 days on Twitter, and I'm sorry. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the tutorial. Okay, so I normally set all the areas that I know would need some extra powder, which is pretty much my T-zone. I like to go up this area right here where I would have applied this spice rum. This is just so I get a little extra coverage and make sure that that area is set, and then I just go in back and forth to make sure that powder is pressed. I am going to go in with a second application, but before I go in with that second application, I am just going to add some blush and some bronzer right here, and then right here. Oop, feel like I went up higher in one cheek. And the Uma Beauty blush, right? I like to use the second application of my translucent setting powder to kind of clean up the area a bit, because sometimes I do go in a little bit too far, and I like to just use the second application to clean that up. But for now, I'm just going to go in with my Prime Beauty bronzer. I'm sorry, this one is in the shade Bronzeville. Yeah, Bronzeville. And I'm just going to just set that powder all over my contour. Set that contour, baby. Set that contour. I do want a bit of like doing it and a bit of skin coming through, but I also have to keep in mind that I do have oily skin, and I do need these powders to keep this oil under control. Okay, so I'm going to go in next with setting with the second application of translucent powder, which is the banana. And then I'm just going to start from here and to kind of just fix that area right there where I came in too far with the blush. Yeah, right there, baby, right there. And we're just gonna go around the mulberry bush, or the chim chim bam. What is a chim chim bam anyway? I'm learning that song as a child. What in God's name is a chim chim bam? Okay, so I have my lashes drying down, baby. I feel like I have my lashes drying. Yeah, I have my lashes drying down, so I feel like I'm just going to go in and do like little minor touch-ups here and there. I'm just trying to finish off the rest of my face. Yeah, I think I can do that. So I'm just going to go in with my lip liner. I just recently got this lip liner from Mentor Cosmetics. It's called Night, and it's not as dark as I wanted it to be. Let me show you what I mean. It's like that. It's more like a cappuccino type of color, which is not bad, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more deeper. And I do actually, you know what? I do have a deeper brown, but it's like one of those generic brands. Give me a second. Oh yes, baby. So I have this deep brown, right? I bought this like in a pack from Amazon with also different colors. This is actually a lip and eyeliner. It's waterproof protection. I don't know, it's some brand name Davis. I don't know what that is. But this color is actually, does it have the name on it? It says BPS03. I don't know, but I think it's like a deep shade of brown. I swatched it on my hand recently. Yeah. So I'm going to go over the night lid. Yeah, this is not looking for. I just need something deeper. Yeah. I just needed something deeper. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That is it. That is it. Hey, I've had this lip gloss in here for the longest while. This is one of those NYX. This is Milky Gloss. And I've never tried it. It has a bit, ooh. That is a very cool undertone right there. Do I want to add it to this look? Let's see what it looks like. Huh. Wow, that's really cool. Peachy undertone lip gloss to this, because this is like super neutral, really neutral. So I'm going to go in with my MAC lip gloss. I'm liking that. It looks a lot better compared to that extremely chalky looking thing right here. Take my fingers and blend everything in, which is what I did just now. So it looks a lot better. I am going to reapply a bit more gloss, but for now, let me just add these lashes before they dry down completely. Okay, so I already went ahead and just added my highlight. You can see that bling bling right there. Yeah, you can see that bling bling right there. I felt this video is getting way too long. I already feel like, right? When I sit down to edit this video, it's going to be extremely long. So I also reapplied a bit of the Milk Makeup. What is this called? Sorry, the NYX. This is Milky Gloss. I applied a second coat because I do want to apply a second coat of the MAC lip gloss. And then it just brings everything to the front. I just like to apply like two coats of everything when it comes to gloss. And I do actually feel like I need to add a little bit more pencil just to clean up the area right here. Maybe apply a little bit here too. Yeah, just to make sure I still have that bit of line out. Just to make sure I still have my lips outlined. And the final step, of course, is just reapplying a bit of the Maran Barrier Setting Spray. I did say a bit, but I think I went in way too heavy with this one just now. It's pretty much the completed look. My face still looks somewhat wet because I did spray in like, I don't know, but I did like this, and I swear some of the setting spray went up my nose. When you send, if you happen to purchase this, keep your head down, baby, when you're spraying, because you don't want that to get up inside your nose. I just had a sneezing session just now, and I thought my lashes were going to come off and everything was just going to fall apart. After I've sat here and I've spoken for such a long time, I thought I had to do over this pad right here, which would have totally been shit for me, because I really need to get on with my day, and because I have so many things to do today. This is like I'm filming early in the morning because I want to get this out of the way before I begin the rest of my day. Alright guys, so this is it. This is the completed video. Let me know what you guys think. Will you be trying this out? Is it a habit, or is it usual for you to use more than one foundation whenever you're applying your makeup? This is something that is fairly new to me. Like, I just started doing this maybe 2-3 months ago, and I actually really like it. Especially, I mean, when you think about it, right, I do really want my skin to have a bit of dewiness to it, but I do have natural oils. So I know once my natural oils seep through that foundation, then it's not going to look glowy, it's going to look greasy. So I like to play up with different foundations that have different finishes, but during these hot months, I like to stick to foundations that have either a semi-matte or completely matte finish. And that's really because I have done the dewy look in the past during these hot months, and it was just, let's just say I can't go beyond 2 hours because it's gonna look like a hot mess. I found different ways in which I can play up with my makeup and still have fun with it, and this is one of the ways. I do have another way that I've been applying my makeup, and it's just for more of my minimalist makeup wearers, persons who don't want to apply this much makeup to their face. Maybe they just feel more comfortable wearing maybe like a skin tint, some bronzers, maybe a bit of blush, gloss, etc. Persons that maybe do want to apply foundation, but they don't want to go in so heavy and apply like two, three different types of foundation. I do have a particular routine. I do have a routine that is very, very similar to that, and that routine is something that I use every day when I go to work. That is the type of makeup routine that I use when I go out to work on an everyday basis. All right guys, so that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I know during editing this video is going to be so long, and I apologize, but hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully you did learn something. If you did, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up on your way out, and also don't forget to go ahead and click the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for being here with me once again, and I'll talk to you guys real soon on my next upload.